Well, that's partly because we've been more offshore, because we've been able to, and there is opportunity offshore. In the short term, the China issue has affected the Foord Global Fund, but the Foord International Trust has had a very low impact on China. So and we've also got a big position that we built up locally in Naspers, which is affecting the performance. But we can see Naspers going up 4 times from here, and China's near a rock bottom, and when that turns, then the investment returns will change. But the big impact in the short term is we've had 70% of the fund rand sensitive, and the rand has been very strong. Now, South Africa is morally and financially bankrupt, but with the platinum prices roaring and less imports due to COVID, the terms of trade here have been very good. So the rand has strengthened. So from the beginning of the year to the end of March, the rand appreciated almost 10%. And that's the main reason for the underperformance in the short term there. But things happen lumpy. Alpha comes lumpy, returns come lumpy. If I take a look at the Foord International Trust, which is one of the building blocks in the Flexible Fund, last year was a very disappointing year for me. We got 4% in dollars and 15-16% was available. We positioned conservatively, and we were worried about the international markets, particularly the US market. And look what's happened to the Foord International Trust in the first quarter of this year. It's up 6% in dollars, while the US market is down 10%. So if we look at just last year, it looks a terrible performance, but if we add the 3 months of this year to last year's 12 months, we're actually ahead of the game. And that's how quickly it turns. And look at the rand. You're going to see much better returns suddenly. The rand has gone from 14.50 to 15.60 in the matter of a few days. So the rand was 16 at the beginning of the year. At 14.50, the returns didn't look good because there was a 10% fall in the rand, which masked the good performance we were getting in dollars in the Foord International Trust. So you can't just jump into the rand when it looks like it's turning. We're not that smart that we can buy at the bottom and sell at the top. But you need to be there because the rand is structurally weak. It's had its period of strength, and that strength may continue with what's happening in commodities. But when it turns viciously, as we've seen in the last few days. So we structured for a weak rand. And one of the reasons we structured for a weak rand is we believe the rand will be weak. But over and above that, we're trying to protect from inflation. Inflation is the biggest problem to getting returns. That's why the benchmark is inflation plus 5. And the rand is one of the structural causes of inflation in South Africa. So when there's inflation here, the rand will be weak. By investing offshore and having rand protection, that's how we cover you for inflation in terms of your investments in rands.